my God, the dead has risen. What the hell is going on?
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the channel, and today I am going to find out if the Graveyard is still good in Clash Royale. Yes, the Graveyard just saw a pretty big nerf, the delay of 10% on the first spawn of the skeleton, making one less skeleton spawn in the entirety of the Graveyard. So a lot of people are saying
Graveyard might be dead, Graveyard sucks, Graveyard big poo-poo.
But I'm here to find out once and for all, and luckily, actually, the deck I played last season was Graveyard. It was Graveyard Mortar. This is the deck I used last season to get 7k. If you haven't seen that video, make sure to check that out. That it was a lot of pressure, because if I didn't get 7k last season, I was going to shave my head, and I did not want to shave. I'm gonna be honest, I did not want to shave my head. It was the first time in a long time that I practiced. I played off stream. I really worked to get that 7k. Okay, he went Magic Archer, and he went Mini P.E.K.K.A, and he went Log. That's a lot of elixir, so I'm gonna go with the cannon on the left side. A lot of times, if he didn't have skeletons and bats, that cannon could have locked on, and that could have been GG well played. A lot of times I won, it wasn't with the mortar with this deck, it wasn't with the Graveyard, it was actually with the cannon card. So getting cannon card value is crucial with this deck. Kind of like a deck review and seeing if Graveyard's good. Sadly, with this deck, I don't usually play, I guess this goes for most Graveyard decks, but you don't usually play Graveyard. This guy is going so aggressive. Calm down, Kyle. Is that still hitting? Oh my gosh, wow. That is not the start we were looking for. That's really bad. This Magic Archer is getting so annoying. All right, so let's go with the Knight. He is going to go with bats, and sadly, I don't really have anything to deal with all this stuff. I hope I can just get away with that, and that's fine. And right now, we're off to a bad start. This is a deck that really excels, though, in double elixir. Once you can start getting the Graveyards out, the Mortars, get value with your cannon card. And I think it's Graveyard. Yes, last season, Graveyard was probably the best win condition in the game. And I don't think it was close. I don't think it was close. So we'll see this time if that is the case. And if it is the case, what happens to Graveyard? What if Graveyard, okay, he keeps going Magic Archer. There we go. Finally, we caught it. About time. It took way too long for us to do that, but finally we got that stupid Magic Archer. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times, I think your tower is going down, big guy, unless you have a spell here. But ooh, Log comes in. Wow, the Graveyard, I think Graveyard might have took tower in before with that. That seemed really bad. It really didn't do that much damage, or at least not as much as I was hoping for. Yikes, that is not what I was looking for. So he's probably going to go with a Magic Archer up high. I was not expecting the Magic Archer up high. Still, this is fine. A lot of things coming in here. Okay, the Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to kill. Shoot! Okay, not the cleanest defense. If I could have kept my cannon card alive there, that would have been really good. So here, he is going to play defensive. I'm going in. Still no skeletons. Still no skeletons. Wow, that did take a long time. Wow, it is not kidding. When it says it takes a long time, it is taking a long time for skeletons to spawn. It's crazy that it's 10%, which I think is 1 second. Okay, Magic Archer. Oh, buddy, I'm in your head. I'm living free, and this guy, I don't know what his name is, but whatever his head is. Oh, and the Mortar locks on. This looks like it's going to be a GG. Well played, boys. GG, well played. I'm going to go Knight up high just to protect. He's probably going to play the Mini P.E.K.K.A, and this is where I can spam, and hopefully I can just win this right here. One more Graveyard. GG, well played. I don't even have to deal with this Mortar. I think the cannon card survives, so let's just go in here. Maybe he goes with something. He needs something for this cannon. Skeletons are finally spawning on tower. That takes so long, but GG, well played. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I would need footage of like before and after. I would need the exact same situation because I don't know what the damage difference is. It does take a long time for the skeletons to spawn, and if that's the case, that means you have to play your Graveyard. You could play your Graveyard a lot later. Or maybe earlier. I could maybe go Graveyard and then Knight, because usually you go Knight Graveyard at the bridge. I think it might be different now. Let's go Legendary. Imagine. A man could dream. Let's go into another game. So in that game, that guy was really aggressive. That guy had to relax a bit. That guy needs some like ASMR, some yoga in his life, because jeez. All right, let's go Mortar first play. Yeah, I was looking a little bit at the usage rates of the card, the graveyard and everything. I was just looking at what's going on with the card, seeing if it's the same usage rate, seeing if it's the same win rate. And what I saw was that not only did the win rate go down, but also the usage rate. I don't know, it's really early. Right now, it's day 2 of balance changes. Balance changes went live on Wednesday. I'm recording this on Thursday, so Wednesday, Thursday. So a lot of times a balance change goes live and people overreact. I know one that was big recently was, yikes, I really don't like this P.E.K.K.A. Lumberjack balloon. Ugh, if you can see, I don't have a lot of great answers to this balloon. I don't have a lot of great answers to this balloon at all. I have Hunter, which is a great answer, don't get me wrong, but that's pretty much it. The Inferno Dragon as well can be very annoying. So let's see what happens here. Alright, so it looks like he's going in. Let's go Spear Goblins up high just to distract everything. I want to distract the Inferno Dragon. I want to distract... Oh gosh, more air units. Awesome. I'm glad I have one singular card to deal with all this.
I'm not as strong as you.
No. You're stronger.
Here... I don't even know what my play is. I really don't want to have to use my... I just really don't want to have to use my Hunter there. But maybe that's a very big misplay. Goes with the Goblins. I'm going to have to tank the Goblins. Oh, the Barbarian gets distracted. That is not what we were looking for. This might be a GG well played. I don't know, especially if the Graveyard is nerfed. I don't know if it's going to be enough to help me here. I don't know if we got enough juice in the tank. So Cannon Cart's going to town, doing what the Cannon Cart does. And then here, I can do a couple of things. I think Graveyard's fine. I know I use a lot of Elixir, but Cannon's going to survive. Now he can't go in with his Balloon, which is really, really good. The Skeletons are finally piling up. I'm just going to go with the High Mortar here. And maybe I should have went with the Hunter as well. Maybe I should have just went with the Hunter because the Mortar's only going to get one shot. Where if I just used the Hunter, he had the Fireball, so I think I had to use both anyways. So let's go with the Cannon Cart. The Graveyard, wow. Okay, so the Graveyard still packs a punch. That is good to know. Probably going to go P.E.K.K.A. here. Yeah, P.E.K.K.A. comes down. The big lad. Big P.E.K.K.A. lad. And here, I think I'm going to go in a bit. I think I'm going in. Let's go keep his defense up. Oh, boys. If he goes in right now, this is going to be GG well played. I sadly do not have anything for any of this right now. This baby dragon's going to town. Oh, and the dude is coming backwards. That's going to be GG. That's going to be well played. Sucks. Maybe not the best matchup, but the Graveyard seemed to do work in that matchup. The Graveyard still did a lot of damage, if not dealt with. So I think the Graveyard is still going to be usable. I still think Graveyard decks are going to be good, but maybe just not as good because, yeah, the fact that I used Graveyard and Mortar, it kind of just shows how good Graveyard was as a win condition. It was good. You saw so much Graveyard last season, so much that I don't know. What about you guys? Did you guys get sick of Graveyard at all? Because I played it so much. Barb Hut Graveyard, Splash Yard, Graveyard, Mortar. I played a decent amount of. There was a lot of Graveyard decks, and I'm probably forgetting a bunch. So this is Bats and Goblin Cage. Bats are another card that just got a buff. They got a little bit of an attack speed buff, I believe. So I wonder if people are going to be using more of the Bats. The Bats were a really good card before, and I'm surprised. I guess all the balance changes. How do you guys like the balance changes first off? Because I think they were good. I don't know. I still haven't figured out if Expo was good or bad. I have no idea. So Snowball comes in. I'm going to pull that Mortar just away. Maybe I could have pulled it further so it didn't get... Oh, Mortar Lock. Let's go. It's going to get one shot. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. But yeah, looking at the balance changes, I think there was a lot of positives and a lot of negatives. Expo, a lot of people are saying it's still good. A lot of people are saying it's dead. I really don't know just yet about the whole Expo change. I think the two biggest ones were Expo and Graveyard. Graveyard, it still seems viable. This deck totally seems viable. So if you happen to be using this deck last season like I am, I think you can still use it. I totally think you can still rock it. I'm going to go in here and see. Maybe I can get some damage. So the cannon cart is going to kill the musketeer. The graveyard is doing its things, finishes off the musketeer, and it looks like it might finish off the tower. Finishes off the tower as well. Wow. So graveyard still does graveyard things. I think if anybody's overreacting about graveyard, it's... I still think graveyard's there. I still think graveyard's a really, really good win condition. For Expo, I don't know. But all the other ones, I think the one that I was most disappointed for, I wasn't a big fan of the skeleton barrel nerf. I know what you're saying. It's a little bit of a health nerf.
Today, Junior?
Imagine if I could speak English. A little bit of a health nerf. And a lot of people will be like, yeah, it's not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. But I do think it is a bigger deal than people think. And I think the reason why is because I don't think it needed a health nerf. You didn't see the skeleton barrel in a lot of decks as it stood. As we watched, like there wasn't a lot of decks that ran it. So why nerf something that isn't used in that many decks? It didn't seem broken. I never played against a skeleton barrel and was like, oh no, a skeleton barrel, run! It's funny that I'm beating this guy and I'm just talking. I don't even know what's going on. That was a couple of good defenses though. Did you see that knight up high pulling the lumberjack away?
Actually, there wasn't a lot of...
Nice.
That was pretty legit. That was pretty legit. No need to toot my own horn or anything, but I think this is GG well played. GG well played. Let's bridge block here maybe. It doesn't matter. GG. Even if this balloon gets one shot, it's still not going to be enough. Snowball comes in and does not even get a hit. GG well played. That's a clean game. Graveyard still good. Skeleton barrel. I don't know why hurt. I like the skeleton barrel a lot. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. So why touch it if it's not? You don't see Mortar. Actually, you do see Mortar skeleton barrel.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
Bad example. Bad example. Rewind. You don't see skeleton barrel graveyard decks, and it doesn't really work in that. You don't really see skeleton balloon. I don't know. You see what are the skeleton barrel decks? Let's point them out. Okay, cash it. Focus. I guess it's still. I was gonna say focus on graveyard, but still it has skeletons involved. So maybe this is still on topic. I guess we're talking about balance changes and stuff, and the game in general. But yeah, that was a weird one for me. Wow, P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam. This matchup is impossible. I've won this matchup literally once, and it was very difficult. Very difficult. But yeah, skeleton barrel, you don't see it in a lot of decks. You see double like skeleton barrel, the goblin barrel, but you don't see it that often. You really don't see it that often. Here, I'm just gonna go cannon card on the left side. I want to put on pressure. I probably should have just went all defense. That's surprising. That's super surprising to me. So as long as I can defend this, I'm in a good situation, but that's easier said than done. This is going to be a really, really big push, but I think if I had to defend it, just let's use the graveyard. We know it takes a little bit longer to spawn, so let's play it now. Graveyard is spawning some dudes. Let's go with the barb barrel for the royal ghost on the left side, and I think this is going to be fine. He might zap, and if he zaps, I got to be ready for the spear goblins, but no, graveyard on defense and on offense still seems good. Still does the job, even with one less skeleton. It is still bueno. Overall bueno. I played my hunter really high just in case for the magic archer. In that situation, he wouldn't be able to get the snipe. I don't think he would anyways, but right now, really good situation. Let's keep this up. So yeah, skeleton barrel. It wasn't used in a lot of decks. It sucks that it was nerfed. It wasn't on my, I guess, nerf buff wish list. Surprisingly, if any card was on my nerf buff wish list, it was the freaking hunter. It was the hunter. It was the hunter of all cards. That card is insane. That card is insane. Hunter's really good. Fisherman got a nerf, and I think that was well deserved. Well deserved. But I don't know, man. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think should be nerfed next? What card? Is there a card out there that you're like, yo, this card is broken? Oh, look at the P.E.K.K.A. Oh, it's going for a ride. What a great play. I meant to do that. I 100% meant to do that, and if anybody says otherwise, I think he quit. Oh my gosh, this guy probably thinks I'm a CRL pro with plays like this. GG, well played. Let's go. Graveyard's still good. I'm saying it right now, Graveyard's still good. Oh, he didn't quit. Maybe he just passed out from that awesome play. Oh, maybe he was playing possum. Maybe he was playing possum. Maybe he was just playing possum. I hate when people do that. I'm going to go Mortar up high just in case he goes with the Battle Ram, but it doesn't look like he does. He's going to go for it. Wow, this is a really hard matchup, too. Matchup I really struggle with. Mortar actually hits the Magic Archer and hits Tower. That's so funny. That's so funny to me. Oh, that's amazing. All right, this is going to be GG well played. I didn't even get my tower touched. At least put a Magic Archer or zap my tower. Come on, big guy. Come on. Come on. Nothing? No? GG. Well played. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. So this deck's still good. I still think Graveyard's good. And overall for the nerfs and buffs, I think if I had to rate it on a scale of like 1 to 1,232, probably would rate it maybe an 80. No, I'd say a little bit higher. Maybe like a 216. Now, maybe that's too low. There was some good changes. I think a lot of the changes were good. I was sick of Graveyard, so that was really good. Bar Putt, I was sick of that, and that card I think is dead now. And overall, in the state of the game, I think we're in a really good state. More decks are meta than I've ever seen in Clash Royale. All the cards, before Cannon Cart was never used, and now you see Cannon Cart used in competitive. You see some clone decks, you see Lava Hound, you see pretty much even the Elixir Golem and the Electro Giant are being used. So there's so many cards that are being used, and you know what? Shout out to Supercell because I think they're doing good. But anyways, if you guys have any nerf buffs or any recommendations to the game, things that are broken, a lot of people say Mega Knight's broken that wants a nerf, but I don't know. We'll see. Let me know in the comment sections below if you guys have any cool ideas for changes of cards. I love hearing about them. And if you haven't already seen the newest video, boom, over there. Look at that video. Yo, check out that video. What video is it? You have to click it to find out. And there's a video above my head. I know what this video is. It's a Graveyard starter guide. It's on my face. I can't, and my chair's squeaking. Check out one of those 2 videos. I'll see you in one of those 2 videos. Deuces.